Slay Nation, it's Heather back with another episode of the So She Slays podcast. I'm excited to have Sara Taylor on our podcast today. Now, I know you're probably thinking, who the heck is Sara Taylor? Well, she is the co-founder of Taylor Chip. It's a cookie company. It's a multi-million-dollar cookie company. She was actually just put on Forbes 30 Under 30 list. And her husband is the co-founder of this cookie company, but it's not just a regular smegular cookie company. These are ginormous cookies, and they're really good. So before we dive into all of the things that we're going to be talking about today, which one of them is scaling to a ginormous amount of stores and goals and all this kind of stuff. Sara, go ahead and just give us a little spiel.
Yeah. Hey, Heather. I'm so excited to be here with you on this podcast. This is super fun. So yeah, my husband and I, we started baking cookies as something fun to do. So we were dating. It was 2015, and he had these cookies. Actually, really the base of it is he was eating these cookies that his friend's mom would make, and they had Crisco in them. And I grew up in a very natural type home, and so I'm like, you can't be eating Crisco.
Did you just see my face, Crisco? I was like, uh-oh.
Which sounds like kind of controlling, but I just care so much about food and nutrition. So I was like, you cannot be eating Crisco cookies. So we took this recipe and subbed the Crisco for butter, and they turned out super flat and crispy. And I know some people like that type of cookie, but we just don't. So that kind of started the adventure of let's make huge, dense, chewy, gooey cookies made with butter versus Crisco. So that's kind of how the whole adventure started. And we just thought it'd be fun to do as date nights. So at 10:30 p.m., we decided we would want to try another batch of cookies. We'd run out to the store. I'd have my college courses the next day at like 8 a.m. I would stay up so late, but I was young, so those are the times for that.
You know, it didn't matter. It didn't matter then.
It really didn't. Now it definitely does.
So I do have a question, though. You scaled this company to a multi-million-dollar cookie company. You're rivaling a lot of other, well-known cookie companies. And this is wild to me because I think sometimes I'm like, a cookie company of all things, but you scaled in a short amount of time.
Yeah, we did.
How?
Yeah. Well, actually, COVID had a lot to do with that. So I know a lot of people think, COVID ruined my life. But that is really when we heard our customers right away and what they wanted, and we pivoted. So we started curbside right away for our customers. We also started shipping nationwide. So that's really when our e-commerce platform took off because people weren't going out. They didn't want to go to stores, and they were just surfing the internet. So my husband runs ads. So he was running ads and targeting people on Facebook and Instagram and all the fun stuff. So that's really when we took our company nationwide and when we started getting more reach.
Oh my God. That's wild. Okay. So you do ship nationwide.
We do.
How? Like, I mean, when I think of like cookies, like, do they travel well?
Yeah, they actually do. Now, if it's like 100 degrees, sometimes we have some issues where they break. But we did test them in a car for 2 weeks. They are completely fine if they arrive warm. It's actually perfect because you come to your doorstep and you have these warm cookies in a box, and it's like they're fresh out of the oven. So it's actually perfect when they are warm. But we use a lot of bubble wrap, and if it's 12 cookies, we're stacking 6 cookies on one layer and 6 cookies on the other layer. And yeah, they ship really well.
Okay. So I want to talk to you a little bit more about this scaling. We don't have to go too far in depth because what I love about co-founders is that we all have our things that we excel in, right? I mean, Chauncey and I are co-founders of So She Slays, and there's definitely things that we both excel in and we both lean into our strengths in certain atmospheres. So I know you told me offline that you're more the execution. You are day to day. You enjoy the grind, and your husband is like the big visionary and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So I know that this may not be your entire cup of tea, but maybe like a quarter of it. So, let's talk about this because on your socials, You said that you want to scale to 40,000 stores
Yes.
in 100 companies. Okay, let's pause. When did you launch this? In 2020, 2019,
2018. Yes.
2018.
Yeah.
Okay, it is 2024. Now, there wasn't a date set as to when this happens, but that 40,000 stores in 100 countries, where did that come from? Like, I mean, that is such a vision and a half.
So it's actually Starbucks has, I think it's about 41,000 locations. So that's kind of where it came from because we want people to understand the size that we're going for and the impact that we want. So it is a
You're
crazy
like, I'm just
vision.
going to choose one less thousand than Starbucks. I'm just going to make
Yeah,
it an even 40. Like,
right. Like we want to be the ultimate dessert experience. Dessert, coffee. We're also doing ice cream. I don't know if you knew that. So we're gonna
what?
be, yeah.
No, is that a new product?
So we actually haven't launched yet. We're building a 20,000 square foot fully automated creamery, and we've been working on it since 2019.
You
So
got to
really,
change the dessert game,
yeah,
girl. You got to change the dessert
I know.
game.
Yeah. So we really want to be that ultimate dessert experience, kind of like Starbucks is your like ultimate coffee experience, you know? Um, so that's our goal. And Dougie, my husband, he's always loved cookies and I've loved ice cream. So I would
Mm.
never really choose to eat a cookie. Now I would obviously, and he would never
You're
choose
like,
to
because
eat
I
ice
make
cream.
them.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So that's where that whole idea came from. We're like, wait, ice cream pairs perfectly with cookies, and I love ice cream. So let's become the
Let's
ultimate
do it.
dessert
I'm
experience.
definitely way more of an ice cream person. I'm gluten free. So ice cream tends to come like, but I've never had a huge sweet tooth.
Yeah,
Ice cream's probably like the only thing that like I will indulge in. Like I don't even really like cake or cupcakes or
right,
anything like that. Like it's not my thing.
right.
But what I'm wondering is when did Dougie come to you and was like 40,000 stores, 100 countries,
He
it's
did.
happening.
Yes.
Like I could totally see it from your guys' like social media videos and stuff like that. I could totally see him doing that.
Yep, that's right.
So what were the thoughts going through your noggin?
Yeah. So I guess I'm used to his kind of big picture, big vision, just in life in general. And I am more of like, let's just take this day by day, one step at a time. That's why we really complement each other. Um,
Absolutely.
and even to like scale a business, the fact that we complement each other, like if we were always butting heads or if we were the same person, there's no way we would be as far as we are today, because we have completely different skill sets.
Absolutely. And this is what I want to touch on too. It's like that's why it's like I always give it to the solo entrepreneurs because that's rough. Like
Yeah.
you
Oh, I
have a
agree.
co-founder, I have a co-founder,
Yep.
and like Chauncey and I, like I am your husband. I got these ginormous visions and I all this kind of stuff, and Chauncey is she loves the execution. Like I'll come to her and she's very used to my grandiose visions and whatnot. And then we kind of just complement each other. We work as a team in that way. So shout out to the solo entrepreneurs because hats off.
I
It's
completely
rough.
agree. I don't know how you would even do it or even be married to somebody who is an entrepreneur and you're not, because the entrepreneur is always going to be working all the time.
Oh,
And so
absolutely.
you can't even understand what they're going through or what they're pushing for if you're not involved in it. So,
Facts. And so that's so great, like being able to have your husband work with you as well, and that you make that great of a team that you complement each other so well in a business aspect. Because there are some instances I feel like where that could backfire.
yes, it's very true, especially newly married. So we were married for a year and then we started Taylor Chip.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Like,
Like we were newlyweds and then starting a company together. And believe me, the start, we butt heads so much because when you start a company, you're kind of doing everything together. At least we were. So we were baking cookies together. We
yeah.
were replying to customer service emails, doing social media. And so we were butting heads all the time, always running into each other. But now that we are 5 years into business, we know what our strengths are and we've kind of separated, and obviously, you're still in it day to day, but you're not doing the same things. So that's been,
Okay. So I mean, and you have a kid on top of this.
we do, yes. Yep, a 2-year old.
This is wild. Okay. This I'm saying like 2018 to now you scale to a multi-million-dollar business. How many do you have, like several locations, or is it like mostly your online e-commerce that is just like making that $1 million hit?
We have 4 locations. Hopefully, we'll be opening another 4 this year. That's the goal.
Another
Yeah.
four.
Yeah.
Jeez Malise.
Yeah.
That's insane.
We
Like,
always feel like we're growing slow. Like we're not growing fast enough, but yeah.
girl, you about to have four different locations in one
I know.
year.
I
I
know.
still know people who trying to get one.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
so, if that's any sort of like, that's not a dog on anybody who's just still trying to get one. Like,
Right.
it's just like it's hard.
Yeah.
And so to add in four, it kind of brings you into the tonal mindset, right? Of like when you're in it, you don't realize just how fast you're moving until somebody goes, "Excuse me, wait, what?"
Yeah.
Like four
People,
locations?
yeah, all the time they're like, wow, like you guys are just blowing up. Like locally, people will just tell us we're blowing up, right? And we're like, we only have 4 locations. But it's so different when you're in it the day to day. You're like, we're moving so slow. The creamery's been a thing since 2019 and we didn't even break ground yet. And so it's just such a different perspective. So it is nice to hear those comments and those different perspectives when people are like, you guys are just booming.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are like since you're booming, do you attribute this to just like, going viral or something like that, or do you like what do you attribute this big scale in such a short amount of time to?
Yeah. So for me personally, I'm actually a Christian. So I just
Mhm.
truly believe that both Dougie and I both just believe that this is just the Lord's calling for our lives. And since it is, it's just really all Him.
Well,
Just,
what a sweet treat that
yeah,
is.
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. Just opening doors. And so we're just trucking away.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, right place, right time just seemed
Yeah,
to take off in that manner. So I
exactly.
also want to talk about like what it is that makes your cookies different, because this is not just like your regular old cookie. This is not like this is a whole nother experience.
Right. And it's kind of annoying because so we started Taylor Chip in 2019 and then COVID happened, right? And then all of a sudden
Hmm.
all of these cookie companies are just popping up because everybody's at home baking. So it's like the new
Yeah.
thing. It's the trendy thing. We're like this is super annoying because we were doing this before it became like this big thing, a cookie shop. Because it was insomnia, it was like insomnia
Yeah.
and were there any other ones? Any like
Girl, I
popular.
don't know. I don't eat cookies.
Yeah, like
But I
Crumble.
do know Insomnia like popped up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Insomnia, they've been around for many years, but Crumble popped up through COVID, and
Oh, couple. Okay,
um,
okay.
what other ones? I don't know.
I don't
Bunch of
know.
other ones,
If I was a cookie eater, I feel like I'd name you some. But
yeah,
like I'm excited for your ice cream. I'm gonna put it that way.
yes, yeah. I totally forget what your original question was.
So what makes the cookies different? I mean,
Oh,
other
right.
than their size, because they're ginormous, okay? Like
Yes,
I saw you measuring out those cookies and I was like,
yes.
that's a big ass cookie.
Yes. So, what really makes us different is our ingredients that we use. Obviously, they're huge. And then also, it's gooey on the inside. It's a golden brown crunch outside. So, if you do get them shipped or if you bring them home at one of our retail locations, you stick them in your oven and just warm them up. It's literally like we just bake them at one of our shops. They're just super gooey. So, back to the ingredients, we make all of our fillings, all of our icings, everything is made in house. So if you're
Mm.
getting an apple pie cookie, that's our made in house apple pie filling. The caramel on top of our salted caramel pretzel cookie, that is made in house. Everything is made in house. And also, the base of our cookies, we're not using preservatives, we're not using artificial ingredients or natural flavors. It's just everything that you would use at your house to bake. We put in our cookies. Now we do have like an M&M cookie or a birthday cake cookie, and that obviously has dye in it. But the base of our cookies is, pretty pure
All natural.
ingredients. Yeah. I mean, it's
Pretty
sugar.
natural.
It's
I
sugar.
mean, I hope people you're making people hungry.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just
I should have a cookie right now that I can like.
I feel like this would
Yeah.
be insert cookie right now.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Um,
But that goes
what
back to
are
the
your
Crisco. Like
yeah,
everything.
that well, that's my thing. I'm like, okay, so you're like one of the is it even a thing? The healthiest, sweetest cookie kind of a thing?
Well, I feel like it is a thing because we are that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you have any favorites or what are the top sellers?
Okay, so top sellers chocolate chip wins every time.
Mm,
There for a
that's a
while,
solid one.
s'mores was actually beating chocolate chip, and s'mores is made with our house-made fluff, which is amazing. So good. My favorite is lava cake, which is our house-made fudge in the center of like a cake, a chocolate cake cookie. Amazing. Right now, we're actually doing a fluffer nutter battle. So if you're a fluffer nutter
A
fan,
fluffer
yeah,
nutter battle.
yeah, which actually is perfect, just a perfect description of who Dougie and I are because our cookie friends wanted this a fluffer nutter cookie. So I was like, okay, we're gonna take a peanut butter cookie, we're gonna take our fluff, we'll put the fluff in the center, add peanuts to the top. And he was like, no, that's boring. We need to add chocolate chips to it. Like, well, that's not a fluffer nutter. Chocolate chips, and then he wanted sea salt on top. So we were going back and forth, and it just came about with our creative director that we should make this into a fluffer nutter battle. So now all of our cookie friends is what we call them, which is our customers. They can, if they order both cookies, they can vote on our website. Whichever cookie has the most votes, we're going to keep on our menu by the end of March. So,
Okay.
yes. So,
High five to your creative director.
I know, right?
Just stepping in there and recognizing an opportunity.
It really is a great opportunity because we probably would have settled with my idea because I'm more of the this is what we're doing for our cookie flavors and these are the cookie
Mhm.
flavors that we're taking away and I would have just been like sorry Dougie we're doing my cookie but
Oh my gosh.
yeah
We talked about the size of the cookie. Is
yes
there something we can reference that to? Because I mean, unless you go check out their socials, you're not going to understand how big these cookies are.
right okay so like basically half of my face that's a good size no but about 6 ounces
Okay.
so that's
What's six?
like 4 times. I would say the cookies that you bake at home are typically like an ounce and a half ish, probably like little
Uh-huh.
tiny. Well, I it's so funny. I think like typical cookies that you would bake at home are like tiny cookies now because our cookies
Uh-huh.
are so huge, even though normal people or regular people think that they're normal sizes. But so at home you would probably bake like an ounce and a half, 2 ounces. So yeah, half of my
These
face.
are six.
Yeah,
That's ginormous.
yeah.
That's a big ass cookie.
Yeah. When people like pick up their half dozen or dozen box, they like almost fall carrying it out because they aren't expecting. When we hand them the box, they aren't expecting it to be so heavy.
And
So
they're
it's
like,
just
"Oh."
funny. Yeah, exactly. It's a workout just carrying the cookies out.
What I would love to talk about too is like we kind of talked a little bit about the flavors. We talked about what's in the cookies or whatnot. When it comes to the dessert realm, are there a lot of things that I think consumers are missing that they're like, hey, maybe this isn't like the healthiest choice for me? I mean, because we all kind of lump dessert in the unhealthy category, right? Which,
Right.
I mean, too much of it, sure, obviously, too much of anything
Hmm.
will get you that unhealthy type of feel. But I don't think anybody really talks about like ingredients and like what's found in our desserts and all of this kind of stuff. So let's dive into it for a second.
Yeah, I totally agree. So artificial and natural flavors. Natural flavors, it's actually very interesting. Basically, the company that creates that flavor can put anything in it. Anything.
Natural flavors. Okay. So from a non cooking, baking person, when I read natural flavors, I assume natural flavors of like whatever's being put in, like natural flavors of a strawberry, natural flavors
Right,
of a mango, or something like
right.
that. Okay, can you break it down? What does that actually mean?
So it just means that they can put whatever they want in there. So there's like no regulations around natural flavors. So it could
Okay.
be beaver butt. I think that's literally in one of the seltzer water. I'm pretty sure.
No.
Yes, I forget which brand it is. And also I don't want to
What?
bash them, but
Yeah,
um
yeah. But like wait, natural flavors can include like literally like beaver butt. Like
yes.
that's a thing. Ugh.
Yes,
Ew,
that's one of the
gross.
yep, one of the seltzer water brands. Yeah, natural flavors is beaver butt. Yep. So
Oh,
that's an
that's one of
example.
the things that they can put in.
Yeah, which
And
is
they
why
can just label it natural flavors?
yes. And natural flavors, I mean, I eat stuff with natural flavors because it's actually really hard to find foods that don't have natural flavors. I don't know if you ever look at your ingredient
Yeah,
list, but
I do. Well, because I'm gluten free, and so it's like a lot of
yeah,
I've been gluten free for like 12 years. So it's like I kind of like look at some stuff, especially if it's like comes in a box.
right,
If it comes in a box, I gotta look.
right,
So but I mean, like I said, natural flavors, it doesn't even, as somebody who doesn't work in this realm, it's not something that I thought about other than like, oh, they're just taking
right,
natural flavors of a strawberry, like, and then inserting it into this, thing. Cool, whatever.
right,
Beaver butt is the last thing that I thought was coming from
right.
natural flavors. That's
Yeah.
a whole other natural
Well,
girl. Like,
I know. Well, I guess it is kind of natural if you think about it because it's an animal part.
hell.
But if it was, they're not going to put beaver butt on their label. But if it was actually strawberry, they would put strawberry flavoring. If you think about it, um,
Mm,
you've seen like strawberry flavoring on
yeah.
an ingredient list. So yeah, but they're not going to put beaver butt on the
They're just
list.
gonna label it
Who's
natural
going to buy that?
Oh
Well,
my
maybe
god,
some
now I'm
people.
tempted to like find a list of like
Yeah,
what is natural flavors.
yeah.
I may never want to eat anything with natural flavors again.
It's really hard to find without. It's really hard,
Oh
but it's
gosh.
possible. Makes you
Okay,
want to
what
just
else?
uh seed oils.
Okay.
Seed oils. So that's like, canola oil, sunflower oil. And those are just like, they say bloating, cancer, different stuff like that.
What do you
So
use to like replace that then? Because I feel like canola oil is a very, or even like seed, like any sort of seed oil is a thing.
right. So we use avocado. So
Mm,
some of our cookies, we actually do use oil and we do use avocado oil. We don't have any seed oils in our facility. And obviously it's more expensive, but I always view it as I'm eating these cookies. So I'm not going to put something in this cookie that I don't want to eat. Now there are flavors that I would never eat, like M&M because of the dyes. And that's a whole nother, food dyes. That's another one. They're so bad for you.
mm,
So
really?
oh yeah,
I
food dye.
always thought like the red dye was bad,
Red
but they're
dye,
all bad across the board, huh?
they're all bad. Yeah. So, yeah, those are just some that, and two, if you eat some of these things, some of these different, seed oils or artificial dyes, or artificial flavorings, if you just see how you feel after eating some of those things, if you just recognize and internalize how you're feeling, it is wild. Or just like, if you eat three cookies, how you feel
Yeah.
after that, you're going to feel tired, you're going to feel bloated, even if you are
Mhm.
eating one of our cookies, it's just that's a lot of sugar. So just
That's so much.
yeah, I always go off of a lot of just how I feel after I eat something. I don't know if with gluten free, like how
Yeah, well, yeah, no, definitely. I think if anybody who has an allergy or food intolerance or anything like that, like you kind of understand what we're talking about. But I've always kind of I've been paying attention more to like the bloating, how you feel or whatever because here's
yeah,
the thing is, you know, my gluten-free cookies or even like if you eat ice cream, right? Like if I'm, lactose intolerant or something like that, like obviously it's going to feel some type of way. And I also think like with processed foods, right? You don't always feel the best after you eat it. You feel
for sure.
tired, you feel bloated, you feel full for extra longer. Sometimes you have heartburn, sometimes your stomach's like what the heck did you do to me?
Yes.
So it's like do you not get that with your cookies because of the ingredients?
No, unless I eat like two or three cookies in one sitting. Yeah.
Well, that's a 6-ounce cookie, so
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's 6-ounce steaks out there, and I
Right.
bet if you eat that much, it's
Right.
gonna hurt a little bit.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, even when I eat one cookie within like 5 minutes, I do feel tired afterwards because they are huge cookies. It's 3 servings. Our serving size is 3 servings per cookie.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I got a few more questions for you. Are you just US based? Can you ship overseas now, or is it just US?
Just US, but we actually are working with our carriers to ship internationally. So that's coming soon.
Oh my god. Okay,
Coming soon.
TBD for our friends over the pond.
Yes.
Um I feel like this would be such a fun experience for like getting cookies internationally. That's a whole other thing.
It
Um
is.
what I want to know too is in this entire process, in this entire journey, right? Because here's the thing is like, I know you have really strong faith and you kind of are just like, all right, I'm just going to let things unfold. One
Yeah.
thing led to another, opportunities arise. But here's the thing is like, yes, but there was also actions that you took, that Dougie took to
Yeah.
kind of get to where you are.
Mhm.
So for anybody who's looking to scale, turn their dream into multi-million-dollar things, like what are some tips you have for them?
Yeah. So I would say, first and foremost, consistency. So, always being consistent in your vision, your goals. Don't back down, even if you do feel like they are too big, and have those people
Mm,
in your life that are telling you, no, it's not too big, push forward, and just those positive thinking people. That's one. Two, expect people to, I guess you could say, fall out of your life because of the decisions that you're making.
mm,
So continuing to push forward even when people don't understand where you're going, or, we've missed funerals, we've missed birthday parties, we've missed family parties, and people aren't going to understand, but just keep pushing forward. Don't let that negativity get into your way either. Obviously, like working hard, you're
mm.
going to have to work those 18-hour days, 24-hour days. That's to be expected, especially if you're privately held. Even if you're not, it's hard
Even
work.
if you're not, it's still a lot of work.
Yeah, it's very hard work. So yeah, I guess that's what I would say. Yeah,
Oh my goodness. Okay. Lastly, where can people find you, follow you, and if they want to order cookies, where do we go?
yeah. So Taylor Chip or my personal? Or
Any and all the above.
Okay. So taylorchip.com, that's where you can order cookies. Taylor Chip on Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. And then for me personally, I am Sarah E. Taylor with a little underscore on Instagram.
Love it. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us and telling us your story. And I'm really tempted to go check out these cookies. I mean, I know they're not gluten free, but there are some people in my life who enjoy a good cookie.
No, we do have gluten-free options.
Wait, you do?
We do, yeah. We'll have to send
Oh
you a
my,
package.
oh my
Yes,
gosh, you do?
we
I
do.
never find any good gluten free
Yeah,
cookies. They're always like cardboard or chips. I
yes,
like a gooey cookie.
yep.
When I
We
have
actually,
the, I
I was going to
did
say,
you
we
just
work.
make my day? I think you might have just made my day.
Yes. We worked an additional 6 months on our gluten free recipe, and we actually made our own gluten free blend because we tried, like, so we use Bob's Red, or
Yeah.
Bob, whatever, Red Mill.
Yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah.
his name? You know who we're
Uh-huh.
talking about. Yeah.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. I tried their gluten free blend, and it was just too gritty. So we actually made our own gluten free blend, which it's still a little gritty, it's gluten free.
Well, it's gluten free, yeah.
But it's really good. So we'll have to get you some. We also make
Oh
vegan
my,
cookies too.
and vegan cookies. So
Yes.
regular cookies, vegan cookies, gluten free cookies.
Yep.
I mean, hey.
Yeah.
I think we just checked all the
We did.
boxes. So,
And I don't honestly know a person who doesn't like cookies, so we checked them all.
I mean, I've just dealt with that like without having them for so long. I'm just like, I mean, I like a cookie for
Yeah.
sure, but finding a good gluten free one is just like, meh. not really up there as far as the things that I've come in contact with.
Right. Oh, for sure.
Oh my gosh, thanks so much, Sarah. I really appreciate it. Slay Nation, go check out Taylor Chip. I mean, treat yourself. We all deserve it. We all living in a day of age. It's a little chaotic. So until next time, thanks so much for listening.